Floods are the main topic of conversation on everybody's lips at the moment, from tragic stories to tales of escape, as discussed in a previous video with our friend Mark Robinson. This topic continues to bring perfect strangers together, and an urgent call was posted on the AusTruckandTV Facebook page, and on the line I have Evan Davidson from the Country Emergency Response Group. How you going there, Evan? You there, Evan?
Yes, mate, I'm here.
Yeah, how are you, mate?
Yeah, pretty good, but otherwise flat out, mate. We're doing a lot of flood relief work down here in Melbourne. We're ringing all over Australia trying to find trucks to transport hay up to Queensland. We've got over 3,000 round bales of hay donated, with more coming through every hour. And on top of that, we're also looking at providing fresh water to some of the really badly affected areas up in Queensland and down in Victoria.
Mate, now when I first contacted you, when I seen the urgent call there, you only had 600 rolls of hay.
Yeah, I know. It's really funny. We had a bit of a conversation with a community radio station in King Lake, which everyone may remember was badly burnt out in the Black Saturday fires, and we asked them if they could help us collect some hay. From that moment on, we were getting calls every 10 to 15 minutes with farmers wanting to donate anywhere between 50 or 60 bales through to 400, 500 bales. Now the problem is we've got thousands of bales available, but and we really want to get it up into Queensland, but our problem is trying to get it there. We're having a lot of trouble trying to get hold of anybody to just even listen to us in the transport industry.
So you've contacted AusTruckandTV, and hopefully we can do what we can to get the word out there and get some people from the industry involved.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for, because I've had dealings, over the years, over decades with truck drivers, found them all to be, really decent sort of folk. It's the bosses that they work for I find are a bit on the difficult side at times. But I know, look, in the last 2 days, we've had quite a few inquiries from owner-operators who want to help out. They just can't afford the fuel. And we've kept their names on the books just in case we get fuel from somewhere or money to pay for the fuel. This is our big stumbling block, I think, is actually getting the fuel to fill the trucks with.
Yeah, I can understand that too. I mean, there's a lot of owner-operators out there that are willing to donate their time, but obviously in any budget with any small business, especially transport, fuel is one thing that you can't really sort of avoid, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's right. I reckon it's probably the #1 expense, really, after buying the truck.
Yeah, no doubt. Listen,
keeping the darn thing fed.
We've made a few calls, and obviously Mark Robinson, our good mate up at Narrabri, he actually donated his truck and time, and he's taken a load of meal out of Newcastle up to Rockhampton. Now,
oh, that's great.
You're looking for a drop-off point up at Rockhampton, aren't you, for the hay?
Yes, that's right. We've got one just over the border in Queensland, which it's not too far away from Gatton in the Lockyer Valley, but that's not the only place that we want to drop hay. We want to drop hay up in Rockhampton, which is the beef capital of Australia, so I'm told. And after hearing some of the hard luck stories of the farmers up there who have lost pasture as well as losing stock in the floods, we feel that perhaps we ought to pay them back for some of the help they gave the burnt out Victorians 2 years ago.
And it's just great. Well, I spoke to Mark probably a few hours ago, and he's up in Rockhampton, and he's going to get back to me soon and see if we can find you a drop-off point up there, mate, because he's actually delivering to farms up there.
Well, that'd be fantastic, mate, if we could get somebody like that, with Mark or one of his mates, if they could organise somewhere. We don't need terribly much land, only an acre or two would do the job. But we just need somewhere the hay can be dropped off, and then we can sort of distribute it out from there to the various stranded farms.
All right, well, the next thing obviously is fuel. Mate, I guess yourself and me and a few other people that I've called, we're all trying to see if we can wrangle up this fuel, because if we can get these owner-operators that are willing to give their time and their vehicle, the fuel, if it was donated, or even by the Premier's department, or big business, or anybody out there that wants to, I guess we're not asking for the world, but we want to try and help the people that need help and get this hay up there as soon as possible, because I think they need it yesterday.
Yeah, well, this is right, mate, and we're sort of running out of options now as to who to call. We're almost at the point of actually making contact with big business overseas, because we just seem to be getting nowhere here in Australia. So I think it's time that maybe some of the countries overseas that we have helped over the years actually help us for a change.
We need to get this hay up to these farmers yesterday.
Well, we effectively need to get the hay up to start with, like yesterday, but this is going to be an ongoing problem for the next 6 months. It's going to take at least 6 months to get pasture to actually grow back in out in the various farms. So what the poor old farmers do in the meantime is anyone's guess, and that's where we're trying to solve that problem for them. Take away that part of the headache. Some of them have lost 3/4 or more of their stock, just been washed away, and the few heads of cattle that they've got left on the property, we're going to try and keep for them by feeding them.
These farmers are the lifeblood of our country, and you know, without them we aren't who we are, so we need to get these guys back on their feet.
Exactly, mate. I mean, we all, you know, most of us like, you know, enjoy a good steak or, you know, some snags or whatever on the barbecue. And, I mean, you know, if we can't help these guys, we can't really have our famous barbecues anymore, because there just won't be enough beef to go around. Exactly right,
mate. Well, one thing was mentioned to me the other day about being a true blue Aussie. And the comment, and I've said it before, we're all true blue Aussies. Some of us just don't know it yet, and we've all got to stick together in times of hardship.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is, Mac. Nick, we're all true blue Aussies. Some of us have yet to discover just how blue we can be.
Exactly. Now, okay, the message I guess we're trying to say here, Evan, is anybody out there who's willing to donate fuel, money towards fuel, I'm pretty sure that we can get some well, you've got some on the list. I'm pretty sure that the industry could come together on that with owner-operators that are willing to donate their time. We just need the fuel.
That's right, and we're looking for not just semis and B doubles, but even traybacks will do. Anything that can carry hay, anything above a utility or a car and a trailer, because with a ute you can only carry one bale. We need something that's going to be able to carry at least 6 or 10 bales or more.
Okay, now just a brief description of these rolls of hay. 5 foot long by 4 foot in diameter.
That's right.
They can weigh anything from 600 kilos to 1,000.
Yes, if it's a new season cut, which means it's been cut in the last 2 to 4 weeks and baled, it could weigh up to 1,000 kilos. If the bale is like a year old, it's going to weigh in at around 600 to 800 kilos, just depending on what they actually cut at the time.
Okay, well, Country Emergency Response Group. Obviously the name says it all, and you mentioned before that some of these farmers from King Lake, I mean, they were affected, they lost everything 2 years ago.
They did. They lost effectively everything on their farms. They're now back on their feet thanks to the help of a lot of volunteer organisations and to some extent the state government. But they feel totally indebted to farmers from New South Wales and Queensland who at that time were suffering from drought anyway, but they managed to actually send fodder down to Victoria to help out their Victorian counterparts and try and get them back on their feet again. Now the table's turned around and those farmers now want to help the guys up north. The farming industry is one big happy family generally, just like the trucking industry. That's another big happy family. And all we want to do is just keep all these families, you know, chugging along and being happy. We don't like seeing misery.
Exactly, and I think we've seen enough of it in the last month. Really, it's very saddening. And listen, Evan, I'm going to put your details on the screen. People can contact you via mobile, landline or email, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, now I'll put down Oz Truck and TV's email address, and I'll put down Evan's email address. They'll appear on the bottom of the screen, and if you think you can help in any way, please contact Evan and let him know. And is that right, Evan? We'll go with that?
That's correct, yes, and they can also contact me through Facebook, through the Going Four-Wheel Drive Club. That's the four-wheel drive club that I'm in. It's recently founded, and that club is now putting its whole weight behind the response group in this Hague drive.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Alright, so anybody out there, if you can give some sort of assistance with donating fuel or anything, or if you're just interested in helping, the email address will appear on the bottom and contact details for Evan, and go from there. Hey Evan, thanks very much for talking to us at Oz Truck and TV.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
No mate, not a problem. Hey, we'll keep posting with any future news, and you take care mate, and I'll talk to you again on the phone soon.
I will indeed, mate, and when we start to load up the trucks down here in Melbourne, we will be shooting video to create a DVD, and we'll be creating some videos to upload to YouTube, so your viewers can actually see what's happening down here in Melbourne with all this hay.
That'd be excellent. That'd be great. People can actually follow the progress.
Yeah, that's what we want to do. We want to keep everybody up to date with what's going on. We're totally transparent. We've got nothing to hide. If anything, we're just proud of the people that support us like you do.
No problems, Evan. Alright, well I'll let you get back to it, because I know you've got plenty of calls to make, and people are always ringing you to help out. And mate, look, all the best with that, and take care, and we'll keep following your progress.
Alright, thanks very much, Mick, and good luck to you to what you're doing up there. I think you and your mates are doing a fantastic job, and hopefully one day we'll catch up and have a beer.
No worries, mate. You take care, eh?
Alright, thank you very much, Mick.